All right, welcome. In this explainer, we're going to completely flip the way you look at website monetization. You see, a lot of beginners treat Google AdSense kind of like a magical slot machine. They just slap some code on a page and wait to get rich. But the publishers who actually build lasting wealth, they treat it like a professional business strategy. So today, we're transforming AdSense from a passive gamble into a highly strategic, totally scalable revenue stream. Okay, let's dive into this. We've got a great step-by-step masterclass lined up for you today. We'll be covering the AdSense business mindset, site approval and setup, evergreen content and tools, AdSense versus affiliate marketing, winning visual ad formats, and finally, optimizing long-term revenue. Starting right off with Section 1, the AdSense business mindset. To really succeed here, you absolutely have to move away from just pasting code on random pages and crossing your fingers for clicks. Instead, you need to strategize like a professional digital publisher. You need to understand exactly what advertisers are actually buying. So the crucial point is that AdSense is a display system that rewards three specific things: high-quality attention, specific user intent, and longer session durations. Think about it. Google taps into this massive pool of advertisers who are literally willing to pay for your audience's eyes. You don't have to sell, pitch, or close anything. Your only job as a professional is to cultivate an environment where a user's attention is captured and really held onto. Moving on to Section 2, site approval and setup. Getting your site approved, well, it isn't as simple as just generating a dozen generic articles anymore. Right now, AI-generated spam, or AI slop as it's kind of becoming known, is facing massive, really strict rejections from Google. So to get approved, you absolutely must publish original, helpful, human-driven content. That is a massive competitive advantage for you. Once you actually pass Google's quality and compliance review, the technical setup is a breeze. You literally just copy and paste a snippet of code onto your site. This code serves responsive, dynamic ads that automatically adapt to your content's topic, the user's intent, and even where they live. It's essentially the reverse of SEO. The system actually reads your page to figure out the absolute most profitable ad to display. That brings us to Section 3, evergreen content and tools. So how do you actually get people to stay long enough to make you money? You have to build a traffic engine using the specific types of content that naturally attract and hold high-intent ad traffic. And the secret weapon here isn't necessarily writing 1,000-long blog posts. It's building evergreen tools. We're talking about things like mortgage or payoff calculators, timers, simple little utilities, glossaries, or comparison guides. These specific evergreen content types dramatically increase how long a visitor stays on your site. Why? Because they aren't just passively reading, they're actively interacting. I love this micro anecdote about a mortgage calculator site. A publisher simply bought the rights to a few financial calculators and placed them on a clean, simple website. Users weren't just bouncing off after reading a paragraph. They were using the tools, plugging in their numbers, and staying on the site for 30 minutes, sometimes even an hour. This just goes to show you don't need a million articles if you have highly useful interactive tools that hold people's attention. And this brilliantly illustrates the multiplier effect. Imagine you get one single visitor to your calculator site. Instead of looking at one page and then leaving, they click through 10 different pages, adjusting their inputs and tweaking their numbers. If you have 3 ad units per page, well, do the math. That one single visitor has just generated an incredible 30 ad impressions. You are mathematically multiplying your revenue simply by slowing the user down and giving them a great interactive experience. Let's move to Section 4, AdSense versus affiliate marketing. Let's compare these two models directly, because they capitalize on completely different levels of user intent. AdSense is essentially perfect floor revenue. It pays for impressions and clicks, and it's best for non-buyers or researchers. For example, if someone is Googling why a steak's so expensive, they're just curious, right? AdSense is perfect for that. But affiliate marketing? That pays for actual sales and is best for high-intent buyers. If that exact same person searches apply for grocery rewards credit card, they literally have their wallet out. You want to control that specific product offer and earn a hefty commission, rather than just settling for a few cents from a random ad click. Now, what's really interesting here is how this theory applies in reality. Consider this stunning example. A website generating broad, curiosity-based traffic was making just $12 a day with AdSense alone. But by understanding the specific transactional intent of those users and layering in a highly relevant affiliate marketing offer, that exact same traffic was flipped into a $4,500 a day business. Treating your site like a professional business means understanding exactly what your traffic is actually worth. Next up, Section 5,
Winning visual ad formats.
First things first, we need to clearly define what above the fold means. It's simply the upper portion of a web page that's visible the very second the page loads, before the user even touches their scroll wheel. As a professional publisher, placing your strongest, most highly visible ad unit right here, usually near the search box or the main headline, is absolutely essential for maximizing your initial impressions and your revenue.
Now, here is where we explicitly debunk a massive amateur myth. Most beginners think giant, flashy image banners are the key to getting clicks, but actually, scratch that. According to decades of testing, simple text ads will almost always outpull images on informational sites. Why? Because they look like genuinely helpful resources rather than aggressive, annoying sales pitches.
To maximize this, you want to utilize specific winning visual formats. You want small, square ad units. You want classic blue links with black text on a clean, white background. You absolutely must avoid dark, cluttered, spammy-looking layouts. And of course, always follow the terms of service by ensuring they are clearly disclosed as ads. The psychology here is super simple. People on an informational site want to click on what feels like more helpful information.
Finally, Section 6, Optimizing Long-Term Revenue.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a complete business architecture. AdSense is a top-of-funnel content monetizer. You place it on your informational blog posts, your free tools, and your broad evergreen guides. But you never place AdSense on your email opt-in pages, your checkout flows, or your deep funnel thank you pages. Doing so basically makes it a funnel hijacker. You never ever want to distract a user with a 50-cent ad click right when they are about to join your email list or buy a $100 product. Plus, putting ads on checkout or thank you pages often flat out violates AdSense terms and conditions. Here is the exact professional list building playbook. Step 1, you use AdSense on your broad informational post to generate steady floor revenue. That pays for your hosting, your time, the whole shebang. Step 2, on that exact same post, you offer a highly relevant free guide. Step 3, when they click, you send them to a completely ad-free landing page to capture their email. You see, AdSense's ultimate value isn't just making you a few quick bucks. It's funding the acquisition of your audience so you can build a highly profitable email list and a much broader business ecosystem. And that brings us to the core realization of this whole explainer. The tools, the calculators, the layout optimizations, they're all just tactics. The real question you have to ask yourself right now is this. Are you just building a quick content site to make a few passive pennies? Or are you ready to use these strategies to build a scalable, professional digital business? The choice and the revenue that follows is entirely up to you.